Hello everyone, my name is Alistair Fairfall of SEM Plus Limited and welcome to my series of videos about using Capita's SIM system to create provision maps of your school's additional provisions. In this video I'm going to show you how to add linked adults to your pupils, to the pupils for whom you've given additional provisions. So let's go to the SIM software. Here it is, and I'll just move so we can see the relevant part of the screen. And here's the beginning. This is a familiar beginning to you. So what I'm going to show you now is the first step in adding or linking provisions to each individual pupil in your school for whom you provided extra provisions for. So the first step is to go to the SEM module. You may not have visited this before, but here it is. It's the person with the kind of pink football duffel bag. So click on that icon, and SIMs as usual, it's slightly slow to get going, but here we're here, and we've got to find the student, the pupil that we want to link a provision with. So I'm just going to put in AC and search, and here we are. Here's my favourite pupil, Stan Acton, and obviously you're going to choose somebody in your school, and I'm going to double click on Stan to bring up his details. Okay, now your immediate instinct, oh right, let me just explain this. So here we've got Stan, and Stan has in the SEM module 10 little windows. Here's the overview showing what provisions he's got already and his SEN status and any other information that you've been adding into the SEM module. Below that, number 2, linked adults, and I can scroll down here, and as you can see we go through all 10 of those little baby SIMS windows where we can add information about Stan's special educational needs provision. Now, it might say SEN, but it is this module that we're going to use to add every single provision to every single child in your school, whether they receive pupil premium, whether they have English as an additional language, or they're looked after child. It doesn't matter. Whatever provision you've got that's additional, you can add them in this module. Now, it may seem counterintuitive, but in order to add provisions, we're going to start off by linking the adult that leads that provision, to Stan. It just makes it faster and easier in the long run. So you can either click on linked adult agencies there, and it will immediately bring up section 2, or if you wanted to, you could just scroll down to number 2. You can see it there anyway. Now you know who's going to be leading the provision, this particular provision for Stan. So what we do here is, you'll find that you've already got some teacher positions in contacts and mother and family and that kind of thing, but we're going to add this in the other section. So if you click on others, it's highlighted in blue, as you can see, because this is a teaching assistant that is leading this particular provision for Stan. Click on others, and immediately you'll notice on the right hand side that new turns blue and lights up ready. So for this particular, here's Stan's name. For this particular person, this person that's leading this provision, here's a list of loads of them, but the person that's leading this particular provision is indeed at a high level teaching assistant. So that's their role. I'm going to click on that. They started at the beginning of term, September. The date here is November, but we want to make sure that they started at the beginning of term because we're a bit late adding our extra revision, so we'll say it was the 9th of September. Click, and the 9th appears. We don't know at this moment in time when they're going to finish, when Stan's going to finish doing this provision, that this person's going to finish leading it. So we're going to leave the end date blank, and we're going to look for the name of the person, and we click on the little magnifying glass, and we know that this person's surname begins with D, so I'm going to put a D in the box, search, and here indeed, here we are, Mrs. Sophie Dahl. She's going to be leading this provision. She's a high-level teaching assistant. So click on OK. Her name appears in the box. Click on OK at the bottom right here again. And you'll see that Sophie Dahl, high-level teaching assistant, has indeed been added to the list of other people that work with Stan. Now, if it's somebody outside the school, you'd add it into the agent box. Okay, but others is for people inside the school. The agent, if it's somebody outside the school, you could add it in there. We're not going to do that now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to the next video, which shows you how to link a provision to Stan. So that's it on linking an adult to Stan.